Hey, this is Sensibility Speaks. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all, it is about that time. Let's sip some sensibility, shall we? All right, so Zadia from Ready to Love, Make a Move, honey, she went live and she spilled a little bit of tea on the girls. Yes, she did. So she spoke about Ashley and Don, okay? And Don's aggressive, or shall I say, passionate friend who came down on Ashley. She spoke about Mizelle and that Vernisha and Sharice situation. Let's get into it. Let's listen.
I don't like the fact that someone would do one thing and then y'all completely forget. And when something else is done, it's like the person that does it after that person has already done something. Y'all chastise the second person for doing it. Like, oh, they shouldn't have did that, blah, 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 blah. There was no girl code between that lady and anybody. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it a buck. There was no girl. She was only for herself. She was not for the group. As y'all can tell, she's not for the group now. She wasn't for the group then. It was always a situation. She was always screaming and yelling. She was always expressing how miserable she was. Yeah, it was never fun times. Let me not say never. It was a few fun times, but more unfun times than non-fun times than it was fun times. So when I on my mama, on my hood, at that hotel when Vern was checking on Mizelle and Tabari because their stuff was lost. I was sitting there the entire time because I was waiting for Cam to get his car, and I was watching it, and I was like, and that lady literally saw that Mizelle didn't have his stuff, left, did not care, did not give two F's about that man. Vern was checking on him and Tabari. Mizelle was like, take my number, because I had to even remind Vern this, because I was sitting back watching. I was like, I had stopped drinking. I had stopped drinking before I got that first plate, so that was it for me. So I was definitely very much so aware. And he was like, take my number, and I'll let you know when my phone is found. So he called his number from Vern's phone. So when they were when he started texting about his dog and stuff, that was not the initial reason that Mizelle gave Vern his number. Okay, let's be clear about that. The initial reason was for him to let her know he found his phone. So when he started, she called me to her room. She was like, "Girl, Mizelle texted me," and I said, "What he texted you, girl?" It pictures of his German Shepherd, which was the cutest pictures. And you know, when the man starts sending you pictures of his dog child, it's almost like it's very personal. It's like they're sending you pictures of their kids. They're sending you a picture of their dog. So he was sending pictures of his dog, and he was like, "Hey, how do I take you out? How can I take you out?" I read this whole text thread. I was very, very, very in that business. I was like, "Ooh, girl, what's going on here?" And she told him, "Hey, the only way that you can take me out is you have to talk to production." When later on that day, before we had our mixer, before he came in that muscle shirt, child, he called Vern to ask her for an earring back. And Vern was like, "I don't know why he calling me and not calling Sharice. Like, why would he call her? That's who he's coming here for." So I went and got him an earring back, gave it to production. Production gave it to him. So when he came into the mixer, it was like, "Oh, I haven't been doing nothing. I haven't been doing nothing slick." But the entire time he was slick with it. So I don't feel like there was any type of girl code broken by Vern. I feel like Vern was being very upfront and honest about what had transpired, and she was very clear about that not even being the initial reason that they exchanged numbers, and that he expressed that he was interested. So I don't have any like thoughts, because because I don't feel like Vern did anything wrong, and y'all coming for her. I don't really see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't and if you know Vern, you know how loyal she is. So she's not even the type of person to move in that type of capacity. And we're both her and I are very big on like what's for me is for me. I don't have to sit here and fight for nobody. I don't have to sit here and dog nobody out for nobody. What's gonna find me is gonna find me. I don't have to sit here and compete with anybody, because that was also said about me when we weren't even in a competitive environment. I was there for the beginning of the show, and I was going to be there to the end, telling my story. Who am I in competition with? Definitely not you. So that was that was just one of those things where, like, you know, if you know, you know, if you know Vern, you know that first of all, even if her and Mizell would have went out on a date, child, that would have been one date, one and done. I can tell you that right now. He is not it. He is not it. Cool dude, but he wouldn't have been enough for Vern, child. Let's all be clear about that. Okay? Okay, let me rephrase. What do you think Mizell was trying to do, because he left us all confused? Well, he was trying to do what he tried to do, child. He was trying to get it where he fit in now. He was trying. I feel like a lot of the guys went out on dates with certain people. They would come to the mixers. They would see somebody else, and they would be interested. Just like how Vern went out on a date with Ramon. And at the mixer, we talked, and I was like, I'm interested. So there was no dibs on anybody until there was a dib on somebody. You know what I mean? So I feel like, sadly, the guys did not have a say, or at least that's not what was presented. So it was almost like they were kind of getting shuffled around however it fit for us. And I do believe that, I mean, I want the person that I'm dating to be attracted to me. And I don't know if that was the case for him. I mean, he's saying it was, but child, people be trying to save themselves. Lakeisha was put in 2002. Child, Lakeisha. First of all, let's all talk about how she has actress. Well, she has actor in her bio. So sis knew what she was doing. Okay, she put on the show. Yeah, are y'all entertained? She put on the show. I honestly don't know how I would have responded. I probably wouldn't have got loud with her, but I definitely would have been like, girl, who are you talking to? Why are you coming in here? I probably would have turned to Don and be like, Don, hey, I think you need to get your friend, child, because she kept me talking to me. She didn't come here and talk to me like that. I'm supposed to be asking the questions. Ashley in that moment was supposed to be asking the questions. Like, y'all saw how I asked Mario questions about Cam. It was, and Vern asked Miss Lydia and Tabari's brother, I think his name was Mike, about Tabari. And that lady asked Mr. Maurice's daughter and cousin about Mr. Maurice. Y'all saw that. And here go Miss Lakeisha coming into the fold, firing off at Ashley as if they supposed to be getting to know Ashley. I'm confusion. And nothing is said to her to pipe down. She definitely was put in 20 on 10. She was put in 55 on 10, child. It was too much. It was too much. And y'all gonna see her come back and try to do it again. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. I ain't like it. I ain't like that. I'm watching this because I was when Ashley at one point did get up and she left and she went to the bathroom, and I followed behind her to talk to her, just to figure out what was going on, because I didn't know. I had no idea all that had transpired. I'm watching it just like y'all are watching it, and I was like, girl, what is going on here? But she was in the bathroom. She was very upset about that. And now looking at it, and I'm sure this is a watered down version, I'm upset too. Now me and the homegirls are upset. We both upset. Her and her homegirls are upset. She did too much. It is so disrespectful because my whole thing is like, girl, you learn more with honey than you do with ish. You coming in with manure and you should have came in with some bees, babes. You should have came in with the beehive. Because you actually get to know a person when you're talking to them and you're hearing them. But you're screaming at her and then expect her not to respond. Now, I do want to work with my homegirl. I do want to work with Ashley. We need to go on some walks so she can learn how to emotionally regulate and calm her nervous system. Because honestly, in those situations, that's what you're having to do. You're having to like sit there, take in the environment, and decide how you're going to respond to it. But that requires you to take a beat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was very serious about that. Take a beat and remind yourself this is more about that person than an issue. Everything that happened in that scene told us more about Lakeisha than it did Ashley. Because why are you here acting like that? And I almost want to add her so she can come into this chat. But why are you here acting like a plumb fool? And then Donald, why are you not saying anything? Why are you on mute? This is not the time to be on mute. And it irritates me seeing that because I don't date nonchalant men. I cannot do it. I remember I was in a relationship with this dude for 6 years and he was very nonchalant, and he definitely, it would be times where people around him definitely talked to me crazy. Like, not crazy like that, but I felt like he should have checked some things. And when I would talk to him about it, he would be like, oh, it's not that deep, blah, 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 blah. But I'm expressing to you that I'm emotionally wounded by this. Like, this hurt me, and you're trying to tell me it's not that deep. It's invalidating my feelings, one. And then two, like, bro, I would never let nothing like that happen to you. Like, I'm going to protect you. Why are you not protecting me? I thought we were in this house together. You done let somebody bulldoze half of the house down. What is happening? So, girl, I could go on. There's a few things. Let me tell y'all my notes on this. Because, woo, child, I was making notes. Because I was like, what? And it was also like, he was trying to, even that last scene, he was trying to turn, and we all know, like, things are chopped and screwed, but he was trying to make it seem like what Ashley was saying to him was completely ludicrous. That is the ultimate level of gaslighting. She's asking you about y'all's situation, and you're telling her about how she's approaching the conversation? What? How about you answer the question and then we can diffuse this? Okay, how about that? like, how about that? How about we do that first? Don't tell me to calm down. That's never going to help. That's never going to be helpful. Okay, so, yeah. One of the things that I said was, why was she reading his text messages when he was supposedly texting Ashley? QT days. How long is it okay for someone not to communicate with you throughout the day or throughout the week? Because Ashley expressed her issue. I'm over here stuttering. Ashley expressed her issue with him not communicating throughout the day. So I see you on camera. You communicate. I don't see you. You're not communicating. Why are you here? QTNAs. Why are you so silent? Why would you sit here and let two people that you supposedly care about argue like this? QTNAs. I mean, come on. Can we talk about this? Also, I love the fact that he did not wear loafers. Amen. Everybody, let's praise God, because my man's. Somebody said Ashley scared the loafers off of him. Hey, bro, y'all gotta chill. I also was questioning Lakeisha's comment about Dawn being a great dresser because herself did not put on. I'm just going to keep it real cute. She did not put on for the people, okay? and that wasn't the first time y'all gonna see that, okay? Why was what Ashley saying less important than what Lakeisha was saying? Q10As. These are like, I'm watching the scene, I'm asking these questions. Why did he feel like she was taking a choice from him? Because every time he showed up, he was deciding to show up. So how is she taking a choice from you? Every scene that we saw, y'all were talking about it amongst each other. There was no choice. Nobody's making any of these guys stay here. Like, y'all, I need everybody to understand. We cannot keep people here that don't want to be here. They're only here for one of two reasons. Either they want to be there because of you, or they want to be there for the camera. Now it's just us. It's us that need to determine that. We have to have the discernment and know. But let's all be clear. Nobody had them folks in shackles and tied to no bed to come downstairs and film every day. Come on, you're talking about he didn't have no choice. You had a choice. We can tell that Ashley was getting defensive because she says, this is, and I quote, I've been there where I've been there where I loved us and I didn't get the love for Ashley. She said this. So clearly that is a reference to past relationships. I'm going to assume it was a reference to Alex. Hopefully that was it was actually all in context. We don't know. We'll never know. Also, we can tell that Lakeisha came in with some preconceived notions. Because my girl was ready out the gate. Out the gate. Did she even ask Ashley how her day was? Did she? Did she? Because it was hot that day. We had no like little talk about some small talk about the weather first, at least.